Good evening. I hope I find you well after this sort of a dullish day with a bit of a drizzle here and there. Soft day, thank God, sort of thing. We start off with our hymns. Sweetheart of Jesus, fount of love and mercy, today we come, thy blessing to implore. Oh, touch our hearts, so cold and so ungrateful, and make us love thee more and more each day. Sweetheart of Jesus, we implore. Oh, make us love thee more and more. Sweetheart of Jesus, make us pure and gentle, and teach us how to do thy blessed will, to follow close the print of thy dear footsteps. And when we fall, sweetheart, oh, love us still. Sweetheart of Jesus, we implore. Oh, make us love thee more and more. Not lovely. Now one for our Blessed Mother. Bit of one in Latin. Ave Maria, gratia plena. Maria, gratia plena. Maria, gratia plena. Ave, Ave, Dominus, Dominus tecum. Benedicta tu in mulieribus, et benedictus fructus ventris tui, Iesu. Ave Maria, Ave Maria, Ave Maria, ora pro nobis peccatoribus, ora pro nobis peccatoribus, nunc et in hora mortis nostrae, in hora mortis nostrae. Ave Maria. That's it. I'd like to have a go at it in Latin, because that's the way it was in my young days. It was lovely, the Gregorian chant in the church, the organ and the choir, lovely sopranos and this, that and the other was, oh, it was just one of these great gifts that we haven't had now for a long time. But I noticed Pope Leo the 14th, he's coming forward. First of all, he's talked about confession. It should be more widely available in the confession box. I hope these bishops here are listening, because they want to wake up from whatever slumber they're under. They don't seem to instruct these gifts. If they start doing that, churches might get packed and preach about the importance of the great sacrament of confession that we have in the Catholic Church. They haven't got it in any other ones except perhaps the Orthodox. Yeah, with the great gift of the sacrament of confession. When you listen to the rubbish in the United States, sometimes you hear some nincompoops or idiots in jobs and trying to demand a priest, if they hear something about child abuse, to dictate and break the sacrament, the seal of the sacrament of confession. they're sort of so idiotic that it's like I'd like to give them a root where it hurts. Shit the living daylights out of them. That's stupid. You don't things like that, you madman. But anyway, President Trump doesn't stand for that, and the Department of Justice is going to squash them clowns that try to have this. It's usually Democrats. There's cheek of them. Something wrong with them up here. Nuts. Um, there's a fella called Skiff there. More of a chancellor. If I ever saw a chancellor, it's him. And he insulted John Kennedy, called him a tug. Yeah, that's the sort of, he's from California. It kind of seemed to be a stay in the head in that neck of the woods. I wouldn't like to live in it or touch it with a 40-foot pole. There's people like that in charge. They look at the governor, another nutcase, and the Lord Mayor, another nutcase. They don't believe in God as far as I say. They believe in climate and all this rubbish. That's the sort of people like that. Those are the sort of people that believe in that. God made the world and he'll finish it. But they're too thick and stupid to realise that. So here we go. And but Pope Leo was talking about dress. And he's quite right. When you go to Mass, dress modestly. But even when you go about, dress modestly. Respect yourself. Men and women. Don't be dressing in an immodest way. But particularly at church, dress properly. You're in the presence of the Almighty, the tabernacle, body, blood, soul, and divinity. Yeah, we Jesus. Coming to see, I'll be going to Holy Mass now at 7 this evening. So today was another awful old day. I was up early this morning. I was hoping to be able to get out and about. But I was out and about to get various items. Bought various items in the hardware store. Gibney's, it's closing down, I believe, which is disgraceful. If they just put their prices a bit more genuine, they'd do more business. I think their prices were, there's a bit of a cut off them, but they're still probably making profit. They'd want to adopt a realistic markup and that type of thing, and improve the quality of the staff so as to greet a person by their name as soon as they can find out what their name is. That's the way to do business. That's the way I did business. When I was calling to customers, I knew their names and their families and all the rest of it. And it wasn't being nosy, it's just friendly. That's all you have to be able to do good sales, is to be friendly. And think of those others that you're calling to. They've got families. You're not just you're there to get an order if you can. And you generally do. And you'll meet an odd one that, of course, you couldn't get an order from, and a fitting you wouldn't be bothered. You shake the dust off your feet there, as Jesus said, when he sent out the disciples to preach the good news. And if you don't get peace be with you, and if you don't get a welcome, if you get a welcome, stay there and take whatever they give you and preach repentance and cure those that you can. You give them that order. And they followed it, and it was quite successful to cure people. These 72 departments went out in pairs and bring nothing with you. And so to come back and the praise, they said, when we use your name, Jesus, we cured people. It was marvellous what we come across, and we shook the dust off our feet there a few where we didn't get a welcome. When we said peace be with you, be goodness, you mightn't be talking to the man on the wall. Anyway, that's it. But Pope Leo said that dress with respect, and that's men and women. But he was more or less focusing on women. It's not a fashion parade, and it might distract others with that sort of attire. So I think it's very right. Just dress modestly, and I think the women are generally, as far as I can see, dressed very nicely in Mass. When I'm at Mass, I see them dressed very well. And I love to see altar service. I wish there was an organ in the choir with Gregorian chant and a kind of lovely hymns like what I try to sing. It's surely to God they can do things like that. But they want to wake up. That's how you get the churches begin to be full and have the sacrament of confession. Anyways, enjoy the rest of the evening. The sky is still a bit on the dark side. Will the sun ever come out? Now, you don't want it to come out that you can't nearly stick it. Just come out at, say, 20 degrees. That's enough, isn't it? You can stick that and then cooler at night time. Yeah, when the sun is out, it's often cooler at night time. But this is our miserable weather. I wish they'd see his way to letting the sun out. We've asked him that a few times. You're not listening. You're not, Jesus. Bye now. Enjoy the rest of your evening.